All right, guys, well, I'm back today with a really awesome revolver rifle, a single action revolver that was made into a rifle with a stock and 16-inch barrel. This is the Heritage Manufacturing Rough Rider Rancher, and this is an awesome single action firearm chambered in 22 long rifle and a 22 Magnum cylinder in the box. Before we get too far into it, I want to give a huge shout out to Beltway Gun and Pawn, located in Matthews, North Carolina. These guys give me a monthly credit towards one gun a month to try out, and this was the one I picked this month. It's an awesome little revolver, and I'm super excited to get it down to the range and try it out. So today I've been shooting this with 22 long rifle at some steel targets from Shooting Target 7. If you want more information about that target system, definitely go check out that full video. Now this is really interesting again because it looks like a single action Heritage revolver chambered in 22, but it comes equipped with a stock which just interfaces with the gun right here. And it looks like this is the same sort of setup, just a stock setup rather than a normal pistol grip. Then the barrel, which normally stops about here on the standard 6-inch model, actually goes all the way out to 16 inches. It's got these really large sights on the back that also kind of take over the rear sight that's normally on the Heritage revolvers, allowing you to get that big horseshoe sight on the top and then that fine little etching right there to make precise shots. Although this is not going to be a precision gun, it actually is very accurate. I found that the Heritage Rough Rider revolvers are incredibly reliable, accurate, and durable. In fact, I learned how to spin and flip guns on a Heritage 22 long rifle. I've got a ton of videos on those more traditional single action 22s. Definitely go check those out. But what I found while spinning and flipping them is I've dropped them on cement, I've dry fired them thousands of times with that safety and snap caps, and they just keep working. I've never had one fail on me. They don't mind if they get dirty. They are really just a reliable revolver, and I bring all of that up because that same reliability and durability carries over into the rifle version simply because it's the same gun, just with the stock and barrel. Now, one of the things I want to talk about, besides that quality and craftsmanship, is the stock itself, because this thing is beautiful. It's done very nicely and it's incredibly elegant. It's got some really nice texturing around the tang and it interfaces with the gun beautifully. Another difference is also the trigger guard right here, and that's because you really can't hold the gun up here near the barrel, not only because the barrel heats up over time, but because you get a lot of blowout of any revolver cylinder. You really don't want to put your hand or wrist or arm near right here because it blows out hot gases and occasionally scraps of lead if your cylinder loosens up. Now, generally the Heritage revolvers are really tight shooting guns, but you still want to hold the gun back here, kind of using this trigger guard right here to kind of get a good hold on the gun while you're shooting at the range. Again, it operates very smoothly. This thing seems to be a tack driver, and I was just running cheap Federal bulk pack ammunition, and it ran beautifully. No misfires, no kind of cylinder binding. It worked amazing. Now, this is a fun gun to shoot, but I do want to talk about the shootability of this firearm. Again, we talked about how accurate it is and how fun it is, but it does have a lot of concussion. Again, because with the revolver, you have a lot of hot gases escaping right here, and now you're putting this revolver very close to your face, so you are gonna, when you pull that trigger, you're gonna feel almost a concussion in your face. You know, imagine holding a revolver right next to your face and pulling the trigger. All those hot gases escaping out of the sides and back are going to kind of come back on the shooter, so you definitely know you're shooting this. Now, there's absolutely no recoil, again, but with something like this for newer shooters, I'd kind of stay away from it. I'd warm them up with a more basic 22 long rifle first, like a bolt action or something, which throws all the gases down the barrel. This is for somebody who's shot guns before, not because of the recoil, not because it's hard to operate, but again, because that concussion that's occurring right around here is rather close to your face. That is something to consider, but it's actually not that big of a deal. It kind of took me by surprise for the first few shots, but after I knew it was coming, I got used to it rather quickly. In a nutshell, this is an awesome, cool little single action rifle that's a blast to take down to the range, incredibly reliable, and just a joy to shoot. I can definitely recommend something like this. And even if you're looking at something like this, it makes a cool pairing to go with that Heritage Rough Rider single action that you may already have. Such an interesting firearm. And then again, it comes in at a high value and budget price point. And if you happen to be by Beltway Gun and Pawn in Matthews, North Carolina, tell them 704 Tactical sent you over, and they actually save you 10% off of anything in their shop. That's going to save you a lot of money, and that's going to be able to really get you that discount and lower that price on whatever cool gun you may find at Beltway. Again, if you have any problems using that code or just getting that discount, talk to one of the managers, Clint or Scott. They'll definitely hook you up with that discount, 10% off, if you tell them I sent you over. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.